Hey there, it's Josh with a very special update for all of our beloved babies. I know you have not heard very much from us lately. I've genuinely been kind of sick, and as a result, I haven't had the energy to edit Ill-Conceived. But don't worry, I'm feeling a lot better. We are, as we often say on the show, so back for a variety of reasons. Some of you might know that June and I both co-host other podcasts alongside this one. I do The Worst of All Possible Worlds, which is a show about case studies in the pop culture of a dying empire. June does Kill the Computer, which is a show about the ways that the internet spills out into real life. And this week, our shows are combining forces for something that we are calling Beast Week. Now, if you haven't picked up on what that is from the name, it is an entire week celebrating the work, and I say celebrating loosely, of Jimmy, MrBeast, Donaldson. What you're about to listen to here is a full-length, brand new episode of Kill the Computer. I went on with my co-hosts from The Worst of All Possible Worlds, Brian and AJ, and we talked with June and Caleb about a number of videos that MrBeast released last year. And then we dug into his theme park, Beastland, which existed in Riyadh for 45 days. Next up on Wednesday, June and Caleb will be joining us on The Worst of All Possible Worlds for a new episode about Season 2 of Beast Games, the Amazon Prime original series that dares to ask the question, what if a reality competition show was bad? Now that one's going to be a premium episode just for subscribers to the Worst of All Possible Worlds Patreon, but we're going to put the first half of that episode right up here on the Ill-Conceived feed as well, just so you can see if it's of interest to you or not before you take the leap. I will say we just finished recording that episode a couple hours ago. You are not going to want to miss it. It's a lot of fun. Finally, on Friday, new Ill-Conceived. The episode is in the can. I'm going to edit it this week. I finally have the energy to do so. We talked about Ballerina Farm, the Utah-based trad life/trad wife brand, as well as its founder, Hannah Nealman. And on the Beast Week side of things, we're going to be over at the Kill the Computer Patreon with an in-depth conversation about what Jimmy's been up to so far this year, as well as where we think he might go next. And just to pique your interest for that one, we're going to be doing a live Feastables taste testing. I really regret promising to do this, but I think these episodes are a lot of fun, and I think if you like this show, you're going to enjoy our other shows as well. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to another, it's a very special episode of Kill the Computer today. As always, very special. This is a very special introduction. Caleb, my co-host, how are you doing today?
You know, about a year ago, we did part 1 of this series.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I didn't think that we'd be doing a part 2. You know what I mean? I don't even, I blacked this all out last year. I do not remember doing this at all. Not from substance abuse, but just self-preservation. You know what I mean?
Whenever I just offhand mention MrBeast to you, you go into a fugue state. You dissociate. I don't recognize you when I mention MrBeast.
I threw a straight up temper tantrum when we talked about this last time. It's unbelievable. However, I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to sort of practice a hospitality of the moment and meet my fate with some dignity. And we're going to talk about MrBeast for a total of 5 hours, I think, or so. So let's do it.
I really, it should be longer. There's so much to say about MrBeast. And as always, season 2 of Beast Week. We have Josh, Brian, and AJ from The Worst of All Possible Worlds once again joining us to talk about MrBeast. How you guys doing?
Hello, I'm Josh.
MrBeast,
I'm doing great.
6,000.
I didn't realize. I knew you were going to do it, AJ. I knew you were going to do the old MrBeast theme song. I didn't know you were going to do it at the beginning.
Wait, did he used to have a theme song?
He had a theme song.
Sure did.
That was it.
Yeah.
It was that forever.
The thing is he's always been on meta for YouTube, and that was sort of the meta in early YouTube, is you had to have an animation intro song.
Well, his wasn't even an intro, it was an outro. It was when you'd get the little thumbnails at the end to click for the next video, it would have this little background with this little tiger graphic, and then him singing poorly, MrBeast, MrBeast, over and over again.
Yep. No, he's the greatest YouTuber to ever do it. Obviously he did that for a good reason. It was a great outro. Yeah.
I mean, we're here to celebrate him, right? We're here to celebrate him,
A
his
celebration
legacy.
of Beast.
Absolutely. I was
We
so
come not
happy.
to praise him, but to kill him.
Happy
Easter weekend.
Such a resound. That's right. We're recording this on Good Friday right now. I should also say, but this was such a highlight of the year for me last year, and I know for you as well, June. And then for the rest of the people present, everybody fucking hated it. So
It was great having June in the apartment. I mean,
That's
recorded
right.
at my
We
place,
recorded.
which we
Yeah, we
never
hung out.
do. Yeah,
That's right. That was good. But
was
it was
dope.
the actual subject matter itself. I can consume this shit nonstop like a sicko, and it seems like it does serious mental damage to just about everybody else.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about Josh being able to consume this nonstop like a sicko. We watched like 2-3 episodes of Beast Game Season 2 in my apartment, and you were screaming. You were shouting and screaming, and you would not stop.
Well, yeah.
Enjoy and pleasure. You were loving it.
Ecstatic pleasure, yes.
No, there was no pleasure.
No, he was not.
He was angry.
I should say as well, this is the opening salvo of what we are calling Beast Week. We are doing it for the second consecutive year, as Caleb said. We're starting off by talking about some of the YouTube videos and other things that MrBeast has been up to on today's episode. On Wednesday, it's going to be over to our show, The Worst of All Possible Worlds, where we're going to be talking about Season 2 of Beast Games.
Strong
Constant screaming.
Yes.
Strong
And
At
then-
like 10 p.m. in my apartment.
And then on Friday, we'll be closing it out back here on the Kill the Computer feed with sort of a look at what Jimmy's been up to so far this year and where we think he's going.
A whole week of MrBeast, which everyone,
We didn't clear this beforehand. June and I talked about it. I think we're going to do a live eating of some Feastables on next on our part 2. If you
On
want.
Wednesday?
Oh my God.
Or on the
Yeah,
I
episode
have
we're
a
recording Wednesday, the
7-Eleven
one
down
coming
the
out on Friday?
street. I can get some.
I will not
I'll
be
get some
joining you for
Feastables.
that because I got that Mr. Beast burger for last year's.
I forgot about that. Dude.
You did your work.
That felt entirely unappreciated in its time, so I'm not gonna repeat that.
Really, we did
Shots
not give
fired.
you your credit there.
I did eat a Feastable once, and it was bad. I mean, I'm not even like just saying that
Totally.
because I dislike the man. It was rubbery and just unpleasant.
We did. So I kind of like, I pulled a Mark Kern on our audience a little bit where like we were trying to get past some sort of threshold for Patreon or something. And I said, if you guys get me there, I will eat a Feastable and a Lunchly on the next episode. And the thing is I did do it. But like listening to myself like breathe and eat and gag and choke on that stuff was so fucking disgusting. I was like, I can't put this out or I'll never be president.
Right. You did do it, but we'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
this
I'll do it
time.
again. I'll get
We'll
past
do
it this
a
time.
review. We'll
mean,
do
yeah,
some sort of a review.
When Jimmy becomes president, then you can,
Yeah.
then you can release it fine. It
It's
might
funny,
actually
if you
improve
look
your
up-
chances.
If you look up Lunchly on YouTube, you'll see 1,000 videos that are like, Lunchly is over. How Lunchly died. Lunchly imploded. And then you go to the grocery store and it's like, well, there's some Lunchlys right
There's
there.
going to be Lunchlys there, yeah. It's not.
And Prime is right across the way. Yeah.
Did Prime have like literal poison in it or something? There's a bunch of I remember reading about that. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Where the
There
cheese was
was-
moldy, I remember.
There
No,
was
that
some
was
mold in the
Lunchley.
cheese.
That was Lunchley.
Yeah,
the moldy
Prime
cheese.
is the Jake Paul thing, AJ.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
thank
Like,
you.
it
Sorry.
had, like,
non-online boy.
trace amounts of like some sort of rat poison in it or something. There was a whole controversy about it.
Okay. Everybody,
Hang on, let me
everything
Google it. I'm
has
talking
like
out my ass.
trace amounts of rat poison in it, though. Like, let's not get too judgmental here.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, he was packing it himself, and he just exudes rat poison. It like he sweats it.
Yeah,
like
he's like
we would
he's,
do.
He's like those people who like brew alcohol inside of their own bodies, but he just generates arsenic.
Someone's just shaking him wildly, like every once in a while, to get the
Prime
froth.
comes out of his body. Absolutely.
It's got forever chemicals in it, but it doesn't specify which ones.
I did see that apparently that there was a lawsuit over the forever chemicals. Apparently it was
Yeah.
dismissed. I don't know the exact current status, but apparently they won that, or it was
God bless
dismissed.
America. I love deregulation so much, guys.
That's also the thing. That's also the thing. We live in Trump's America right now, so you
Yeah.
can like quite literally do anything, and Trump will be like, Yeah, sure. Like, did you see that Tiger Woods got in that car accident recently, and the first thing he did was call Donald Trump?
It's so weird.
Like, come on, dude. He's the cheat code to doing crimes.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about Tiger Woods, not talking about Beast Games as much as I cannot wait to talk about Beast Games, which we will do. We will be doing on Easter Sunday.
That's right, recording on
7
Easter
episodes
Sunday.
today. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, God.
You watched 7 episodes of Beast Games today?
Yep, I watched
Today.
episodes 4 through 10. I wanted to stop, and then it just kept going. I didn't mean to. It just kept happening at me.
You can just press pause, AJ.
It's
so far
impossible.
away. It was impossible. I had to know what happened next.
Today, what we're doing instead is we're talking about a couple of MrBeast videos. So for our listeners who listened last year,
I'm looking at 9 minutes into the recording, and Caleb is already doing the evil laugh. Let's go.
I don't know, guys. We'll get there. I had thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're sort of picking up from where we left off last year in terms of the Beast verse. The first video that we watched as a collective for this episode is the 2 million people get clean water for the first time. It's part of his Beast Philanthropy series that he's been doing for a couple of years now.
But it's not on his Beast Philanthropy channel. It is on MrBeast 1, the primary MrBeast YouTube channel.
Right.
And this is done as like a partnership. Now you can have like another byline basically on your YouTube video. This is a partnership with Mark Rober, who people might know as the Porch Pirate Glitter Bomb guy, who like has these staged videos of someone pretending to steal his package and then getting skunk sprayed at them while there's glitter everywhere. Yeah,
those were huge for people who believe everything they see on the internet like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, you would see that shit on Facebook. That was crazy on Facebook.
7 or 8 of them. They're like, he just did it every year for a while, and they all have like 100 million views.
Yeah.
He's also like, if you go over to Mark Rober's page, he's got a video where he does the water world thing to MrBeast's piss. So he makes it so that MrBeast can drink his piss.
Oh.
Just in case. Rober's like a science YouTuber. That's the
he was a
lady,
NASA
like
engineer.
Pop science.
Well, I mean, last year he also made the news because he showed that like LiDAR-based self-driving technologies are better than Tesla's camera-based self-driving tech, where he made the big Wile E. Coyote backdrop and the Tesla just plowed straight through it.
I do love that every gambit Elon Musk ties himself to is just like the wrong thing always.
And he still makes more money somehow.
Yeah, they're like $10 trillion for Israel and Elon Musk.
That's why MrBeast loves him so much. He makes the most money, right?
Yeah.
Fucking loves giving people Teslas. It's all just, there are other cars out there, James.
No,
He made
but-
videos about them.
But he's giving that one particular woman her favorite car, which is a Tesla.
That's right.
That one's
we'll
a
get
little
there.
bit more specified. But yes, we got to
Absolutely.
give people their water first.
Of course.
Yeah. So this video, for me, I give Jimmy Donaldson a lot of shit, but for me, the like more philanthropy ones, I have the like systematic critique underlying a lot of like philanthropy that billionaires always do. But to me, these are always the ones that are like, okay, this is like, I guess it's probably a good thing that he's doing this. It's a shame that it's like the government and that it like falls upon rich people to do these things. But for me, it's like watching this one, I'm like, all right, it's like two guys, building things that it's been happening. There have been philanthropists doing this sort of thing for a long time. MrBeast is just like one of the first people to make it all about himself almost, and like different creators. What do you guys feel about the water? Yeah.
I had this old a political science professor years ago who used to, this was in the context of financing elections or whatever, but he's from West Africa, and he'd always say there's an African proverb that says a river that forgets its source is quick to dry up, and I think that is unfortunately appropriate for what Jimmy is doing here. You know what I mean? I just, I guess what I would say is, like, if Jimmy, like you mentioned, Brian, it's on his main channel. So if this is intrinsic to the Beast brand, then so is the criticism. That's what I would say to the people who kind of get the hair on their neck standing up a little bit and get mad defending Jimmy or whatever, which I actually weirdly see a lot of like actual people on the left that are like defending Jimmy, this unensouled Yakubian demon. Awful, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, he's got those veneers now too. His teeth just look so fucking creepy. But he really emphasized in this that this is like a major YouTuber team up, and he keeps emphasizing all the different YouTubers, like the Stokes twins.
I don't know who that is.
I'm 35. I'm not going to learn.
It's just one guy running back and forth really fast. From
And he
what I'm understanding,
always-
it's Brian
It's like
Stokes
Sinners.
Mitchell, yeah.
He
It's
always
like the Sinners.
emphasizes like what their follower count is,
Yes.
which isn't really all that relevant to the matter
he
of
says
building
over
wells.
3,000 of your favorite creators are coming together with over 3 billion followers combined. And it's like, Jimmy, it's not 3 billion followers. You can't combine those
yeah, they're all
followers.
there's a lot of them are the same
the same
followers.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't go around it like looking at all the channels. It's interesting that he didn't just have immediate redirects in his description or anything like that. But like I did watch the Mark Rober one. But like, yeah, it's really interesting because I think more than anything, it's like a networking, not just a networking opportunity, but for him to sort of establish his sphere of influence within the YouTube creator community. Not just being the big guy, but being the guy that now you have almost a direct line with for these philanthropy projects where he can kind of raise your status and later, get something out of you.
I think that's exactly what it is. There's sort of this weird quid pro quo thing going on where if you, as a YouTube creator, right, let's say you've got 2 million subscribers, which is a respectable number, but not a MrBeast level number, you can participate in one of his charitable fundraisers. You can show up in these videos, and now you are downstream of MrBeast in his sort of sphere of influence. Because that's what this is. This is influence peddling using charity as sort of the face of it,
Yeah, which is classic. That's a classic move right there.
Yeah, I mean,
the fucking charity itself, you have to realize, is something, this blew my mind. I looked up the history of the charity itself, which is called Water Aid.
Which has been around for a while, since I think the 80s, right?
Yeah. And it was actually sort of one of those things that was founded by UK commercial water interests as a way of laundering their reputation in the global south, because they were also utilizing the resources of these countries to various ends. And for a period of time, and I shit you not, the head of Water Aid was a man known as Charles, the Prince of Wales.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
The King of England.
But it was spelled Hales. He was the king of water whales. That was.
That's why he's getting the water everywhere, so that he can help the whales take over, because they need to be in a wet environment wherever they go.
If you want to talk about like what it tells you about an organization like this, if this is a charitable organization where the head of it is one of the British royal family and eventual King of England, it tells you something, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this is always sort of like reputation laundering. Of course, like I'm sure maybe in some point in their heart of like deep heart soul level, they're like, this is something good I can do, sure. But like, I think Elon Musk is the most obvious example of someone who will sort of always be like, I'm going to pay. I'm sure you guys saw recently, he was like, I'm going to offer to pay all the TSA furloughed payments. I'm going to pay every single TSA agent. Yeah. And then like 2 days later, it's like, no, he's not doing that. He denied it. The government denied that. That's not happening.
But they reported
like, I'm going to send.
Well, and in his case, it never happens. He did the same thing at the beginning of the pandemic when he was like, I'm going to get respirators to everyone. He bought a bunch of BPAPs from Japan.
Right.
And was like, and then just never gave them out. He'll say that he'll spend money on something and then he won't do it. Whereas this is the truly like modern technocratic kind of charitable industrial complex, right? Where it's going around the world and asserting influence because they partner with private interests that are themselves using labor in the global south to make goods for the global north. One of their things that they talk about is like, oh, here's how we can partner with your company in, say, Bangladesh, where you have all your sweatshops, because your employees won't be absentee, they won't be quitting, they won't be dying, because now they'll have clean water. So you'll get more work hours out of them, and it'll be more efficient for your sweatshop.
Yeah, a couple of the big major corporate partners of WaterAid at this time are PepsiCo, which goes without saying, what their interests are in water and stuff like that.
They just really love making Pepsi Zero.
Yeah.
They really love making a good
official
product.
sponsor of Kill the Computer podcast.
And also Microsoft, who, they need a lot of water these days. What with the data centers they're spinning up.
Did Bill Gates do something in Africa? Has he done something there?
Only a couple things. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation also pretty well connected with WaterAid.
And I mean, think about the foundation's work with malaria in Africa over the last 20 some years. Like he has considerable outsized presence in Africa specifically.
Yeah, I think for my part, watching this video, it always strikes me the same way that all of his philanthropy does, which is like, yeah, it is a good thing that 2 million people get clean water for the first time. Like, objectively, that's
100%.
That's a great thing. But then I think about, like, the maintenance of that, and it's like, yeah, they got clean water for the first time, but are you going to be there in 10 years when the pipe bursts?
Well,
Probably
they say
not.
that's what they're working on. This is one of the first videos where they say that they're going to keep working on the infrastructure. They talk about that in Nepal. They're setting up a water tank, and they're talking about how it's going to last 15 years. But with the partnership with WaterAid, they should be able to keep it going for decades to come.
But these are infrastructure provided by NGOs as opposed to local authorities or governments.
Yeah, and also, like, how much work are they going to have to redo because Chandler botched like the cement laying?
Yeah,
you know what
YouTubers are mixing the cement for some reason. I mean, I guess because it looks good. It looks like something.
I don't know if that's Chandler. I'm gonna be honest. I've watched so much Beast material, I cannot tell his fuckboys apart.
I think that might have been one of the Stokes twins.
He was running back and forth.
All of his friends, like especially in like the modern era of MrBeast and like the post 2022 era, his friends are sort of just like always in the background. They're not really as important as I don't think they used to be in terms of like what the videos that we watch are about.
They have to appear in the videos so they can qualify for health insurance through SAG, which we of course know that Jimmy is a proud union boy.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, a lot of this is just sort of like you have to take his word for it that a lot of this will be long lasting for decades as he promises. Will it be? I don't know. Like, I hope so, I guess.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I really do, but do we know? I don't know.
I'm also just curious to hear what people think about rhetorically, like the video itself. Because obviously we've talked about the way that the charity and everything works, but like what he's basically doing here is he is cutting between all of these different projects and showing these different things coming online. And it's like the fucking optics of these white YouTube influencers, like handing water to these small African children. It made me very uncomfy.
The one part in the video that was like especially odd to me and is something that I think we'll be talking about a lot in the Beast games, or at least I saw this a lot in the Beast games season 2 in specifically, where I forget exactly where it was when he the community got water. I think it was the second community he opened up water at, one of the pumps, and they opened up that park and all the kids ran to the park, and he made like a comment that's like, wow, the kids love the park more than the water. It's like, it's like the way he presents different people all the time, the way he like narrates different people's like lives and like how they will like react to things he does is like it is very off-putting to me. MrBeast narrates people's like reactions to things he plans in such insane ways
because
to me that is just so off-putting.
Respond to him in the way he wants them to respond to him. He gets very upset.
Yeah,
he does.
He's someone who really only thinks about like numbers and probabilities, and he doesn't understand what motivates most people, especially children, which is what's so fascinating is the fact that he has this like audience, this global audience of children.
Yeah.
There's
so much bitterness in his voice, and it's really striking and I think shocking, like how many places he goes to over the course of this video. It's a short video. It's only like 10 minutes long, right?
Yeah,
and feels longer.
Yeah.
It's one of those because he resists what's happening in all the other forms of media where everything gets longer and serialized. He takes stuff that you probably could make like 5 hours worth of material, and he puts out maybe 20 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And but it's more about like, because we're globetrotting and we're going to all these different places, we never get a moment to actually like sit with any of the people. So it does become more like a slideshow of look how generous I am, as
Yeah.
opposed
Mhm.
to maybe we could
Always.
like give these people my platform to talk about the problems that they
Yeah.
endure on a day-to-day basis. But no,
Yeah.
I am
It's
here to
not that.
solve. I am here to fix you.
He reminds us, of course, that Jackson, Mississippi is still absolutely fucked when it comes to water, but he's fixed it because they fitted an old folks home with an outdoor condenser that uses a ton of electrical power to condense and filter water. This is part of the Moses West Foundation. You get a nice big logo of the Moses West Foundation, and these things are like, I mean, it's a very humid environment. It's better than nothing for a while, but that one especially, because of the immense power usage of something like that. It's like
Yeah.
these are usually things that are used just for disaster areas when they're getting like
Right.
water hooked
Yeah.
back up.
It's like his production style is, I think, at odds with his sort of philanthropy videos generally.
Yeah.
Like he's got like really fast food, everything's
Mhm.
quick, everything's highly produced, sound effects after everything. It's got the like, wow, it's like everything highly produced.
Explosions.
And it just is like, yeah, explosion sounds. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's not really what I am expecting when I'm watching like sort of children getting fresh water for the first time. And like maybe he has like figured out algorithmically that this is the best way to get like 10 trillion
I just
views.
don't
I'm sure
think he knows
that's
how
why.
to do anything else.
He
Yeah.
doesn't, but it's just like it feels a lot of the times, yeah, like personally I would be much more interested in like he talks to one of the like leaders of the village in one of the communities he goes to,
Yeah.
and it's like he just is like, taste that water, pretty good, right? And he's like, yeah, pretty good. And it's like, that's it.
He's
And
like,
then it's like,
whoa,
and Roth
he's
in Nepal.
downing it, and it's like, yeah, it's
It's water,
drinking
man.
clean water. Yeah,
He needs it to live. Look at him fucking existing, man.
Unlike Jimmy, who does not need water to live, he just needs his own urine.
It's like, imagine a version of that where instead he like got a translator and interviewed that guy about like,
I mean, he
What-
does have a translator.
well,
It's just that we don't see it. We
right,
don't
Yeah.
see any of that stuff. We just get it all down to him asking a question and the person saying yes in whatever their language is.
Have any of you guys ever read the book, The Transparency Society? Have you heard of that?
No.
No.
Byung-Chul Han, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I hope I got that right. It's essentially like it's about how in neoliberalism, people who benefit from power structures have a tendency or propensity to sort of like self-report and obsess with this kind of like, you know, transparency or whatever to cover up structural issues, you know. So
Mhm.
the people that are benefiting from this system that creates water shortages are the ones that are doing this kind of, and it doesn't ever address any of the stuff like you guys were talking about. I think this is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because he spent so much time in like Africa and in a lot of these videos that he's done, the like more philanthropy videos. And it's like, you know, I want MrBeast personally, and he never will. This is not what he is ever going to do. But he doesn't talk about like the history of like colonialism. He doesn't talk about like the active like the way that the West still uses African labor and like sweatshops and shit like that. He will never do that. And it's like, he's got the biggest fucking platform in the world. Like the way that he could be talking to people in these communities, and the way that he'd be talking about like how like the Western world like is still like taking advantage of these countries. It always just will fall short to me.
I went to
no matter what he does,
Johannesburg
really.
to stop the whites from being genocided.
I think that rhetorically, like what he is
yeah.
doing, the big thing that is, it's right there at the end of the video. He says, harass your favorite creators to support
Yes.
Team Water. He's
Creators!
getting more YouTubers involved in this project
Politicians, though.
so that he can
Politicians.
get those YouTubers to work on the next thing with him and the next thing with him and the
It's
next
about
thing
the
with him. It's
content.
his, it's not just about the content, it's about his network.
Mhm.
And it's about making it his network over everything else. And of course,
Well,
he's also
yeah.
leveraging his partnership directly with YouTube, directly with Shopify to contribute to those
I
donations.
forgot about the
and
Shopify
everything.
pitch that you
Yeah.
get midway through. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the thing about the charity that he is doing this for, like, this is not his thing. hashtag Team Water is not actually a separate charity. It is a campaign for water aid. And I think it's really important to note that, because it basically means that he is then able to, presumably with time, make water aid more and more reliant on him.
Yeah.
Because this is another way that philanthropy works.
And now your favorite YouTuber has been bothered by, one of MrBeast's followers as directed. So you'll get some streamer or whatever who's now going to be donating to these wells, which is in itself not necessarily a problem, but it's all being done under hashtag Team Water. And every year, MrBeast does a hashtag Team whatever, right? There was the ocean cleanup, Team Seas. And this is all just making things sort of subsidiary to MrBeast himself.
It is just a constant reminder that the philanthropy corporate billionaire class just wants to sort of slowly but surely take over sort of everything that a government should be doing, and that should be like a warning sign. That's always a warning sign to me. Like especially ever since I was like, oh, the network states, there are like people out there, maybe not super influential currently, but there are people that like want to destroy what a state does, like a government does. There is an intentional sort of faction out there in the world working on that, and I always sort of like think about that.
Yeah, I mean, just look directly at last year with the dismantling of USAID, which was not just people doing this work directly, but also their existence as part of larger networks. Like other nonprofit organizations and religious organizations that they worked with have also fractured and dissolved as a result of the destruction of USAID, which is not to say that, of course, that was a perfect extension of the U.S. government itself, right? That's a projection of U.S. power across the globe. However, people were dependent on it, and they lost these things like HIV medications that they were dependent on.
I think we got all our thoughts out about water, Team Water, MrBeast and water, and his urine water. So what we watch next is this one. Okay, I'll be honest. We watched a lot of things that infuriated me, but this next one, the thing that made me the most mad wasn't even MrBeast. So we watched the Survive 30 Days, Change to Your Ex, win $250,000.
Yeah.
The guy, I have to just straight away say the guy for the first like half of the video, I do not like this guy.
He's a bad dude.
He's like, you're being crazy.
Yeah, he's actually tormenting. He's tormenting his ex. He is actually actively tormenting her. And MrBeast edited he included every single instance of this man tormenting his ex. And I was going crazy. He was like, wow, you're going crazy. He was like mocking her. He was like, oh, rah, 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 rah. Like whenever she would say anything, like that dude. We got to do something.
This
to
guy
that
is awful.
It's okay. He's gonna get in a Tesla, and he's not gonna make it.
So this guy's a classic on
sort
Josh
himself out.
Every Josh disowns this. Like, what if Pedro Pascal was wrong looking motherfucker?
Yeah.
He did have like that mullet and like mustache combo. Yeah.
This is a classic MrBeast challenge. They stick you in the house that they make for all of these challenges, with bolted down furniture. Apparently,
yeah. This was, I think, the same house that they used for Majd when he did his weight loss challenge that we talked about last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That it's just the same build. Like they only have maybe 3 of these sorts of sites. One to be more prison-like, one to be more house-like, and then one for Tutti Frutti. And
and every 5 days, MrBeast arrives like a Rizless Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
To add another like wrinkle to their chains or like make them shorter. I don't
add a wrinkle to their chains.
Yeah, it's a wrinkling chain. It's my favorite children's book. Yeah.
So these 2 people are chained together, and at first it's like a 50-foot long chain.
It's like 50 foot. Yeah,
it's pretty long.
So
he whips her in the face immediately.
Yeah,
exactly.
They can be across
I saw that.
the
I was
house.
like, this dude.
Yeah,
this dude.
It's a plastic chain, but still. So they dub
in the clinking sound effect constantly.
Yeah, they have a weird kind of clever system for being able to go to the bathroom where like the chain passes through this little like brushed slot. But they also have these like snap button shirts that they can take off without having to take off their cuff that they have on the whole. They really do have it locked on their wrist the whole time. I went over to the YouTube channel of the lady in this video, and I watched all of her and her ex's videos together talking about doing this challenge. Because she was in another one before this.
Yeah, that was the craziest part. It's her second appearance.
This is the thing about Mr. Beast and his videos is like you get repeat performers all the time. We're going to talk about this with Beast Games, and it totally delegitimizes the nature of the challenge and of the chances being taken because you're also kind of auditioning to be in Mr. Beast's next thing.
That's sort of what I realized is like watching all of these Beast videos and especially Beast Games season 2. It's like he is sort of recreating with this style of video that he consistently does, like sort of the game show challenge. He's just sort of doing reality television, but his own new like YouTube way.
He's reinventing stuff that already exists from first principles, including a casting pool, basically.
Yeah.
But
And
even
also,
like, you know, even Survivor will do like Survivor All-Stars. They don't do that in the second season of Survivor.
no, but you know what's crazy is I did notice Josh shows up in season 2 of Beast Games. He gets eliminated in the second episode, but he's there.
Dude.
He gets eliminated during Dodgeball.
Yeah, so the girl and Susie had been in like I think a 3-month challenge where she lived with a complete stranger in the same room. And they won that. She didn't get the deal where she'd get a Tesla halfway through. But aside from that, she got a bunch of money.
Her Tessie.
Her Tessie.
Her Tessie.
So wait, what did you learn from watching the videos of them like afterwards? What did they, are they together?
Yeah, they love Jesus.
Of course.
They first met each other in high school. He was 16, she was 14, and they were at a church lock-in. So when they talk about the fact that they were together for 4 years and broken up for 3 years, you're like, they are pretty young looking, aren't they? So they were like, we find out at the end that like when she broke up with him, he was a month or two away from proposing to her. And I think if I understood correctly, he would have been at most 21 and she would have been at most 19 when that proposal would have happened. Yeah. And she also their relationship just wasn't built enough on the foundation of the Lord, and that's something they're doing differently now. Yeah,
they
found
don't
God.
get into that in the MrBeast video.
No,
they're sort of super vague in the MrBeast video. She was like, you know, I just didn't want to be questioned.
Most of the time, she's reading the Bible while she's doing this. Yeah. And he just has this book about how to be nice to girls because he hasn't figured that part out yet.
He's got a copy of the game underneath his pillow, though. You have to know.
Whip him with a giant novelty chain.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, look, that's a neg.
But that's a very deliberate choice on the part, obviously, of MrBeast and everything that he does. He's not going to put in something about a specific religion or something because it'd have the potential to alienate another part of the audience.
Yeah. Even though the MrBeast audience, I mean, of course, he has an international audience, but a big part of his audience is the same evangelical white Southerners who show up in all of his videos.
No doubt.
I don't think Jimmy Donaldson believes in God.
No, I don't
Just
think
the way, because they lean a lot more into it in Beast Games. We get a lot more God stuff in there, and he's always kind of like, oh yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
I heard about that guy before. No, that is so odd. Like specifically, I don't know. The thing that I took away, especially from this video, is that, and it makes more sense in context with them being like sort of pretty young and hyper religious, being from like a religious community. The type of like the way he is like constantly negging her, and like you mentioned like whipping the like again, it's a plastic chain. But like she spills oil, like she's cooking and like spills oil on yourself, and he's like cracking up. Yeah, and it's like, girl,
get out of here.
You gotta heat that oil up and do something about this.
Like you should. If she's like, no, I'm not gonna take the money. I'm not gonna take the money. We gotta split it. And it's like, girl, like you should take the money the way he's treating you. Like this is actual like pure misogyny. Like this dude is like that type of guy that will continue to push boundaries, neg. And it's like a very specific type of like misogynistic action that men will often do, especially in more conservative circles, of course.
Yeah, and he talks about vengeance, like up until like maybe the second to last frame of this episode, like
in part, I think people know that kayfabe though is like big for doing a MrBeast video and for potentially getting called back to the next one. On the other hand, so that talk about vengeance is like him bullshitting to, I don't know, create suspense.
Sure.
On the other hand, the little comments that he makes at her are really just him starting conflicts with this woman out of nowhere.
Just
for
to be
no
a
reason,
dick.
because
For
he
no
thinks that
reason.
saying that thing is funny in the moment and not considering her feelings.
And it sucks. I
Yeah.
feel so bad for her, even though she like loves Tesla and Elon Musk and religion and God. And it's like, she's probably not like
She's-
the best person.
Yeah, she's super.
But it's I'm so sad for her watching her like slowly fall back in love with this
Yeah.
like awful
Yeah.
man.
She's
Like I
super
genuinely am so
prosperity
I'm so upset.
doctrine pilled. She's like she talks about like, how do you end up on MrBeast? Well, you just believe in yourself a lot and you believe in God, and God's
Okay.
going to do all that for you. There's another part where she's talking about the process of when she got on the first MrBeast video that she did, where she'd show up at all these things that asked for crowds, and she went to some event and she's like, and then Casey Neistat came in and I was just fangirling like crazy. And I'm like,
No,
I do not live in the same world as these like
We're too
20-year-old
old.
Southerners. Yeah.
We're too old for this.
You
Yeah.
are fangirling about Casey Neistat.
Oh,
Did they keep the
God.
chain?
Did they I don't know. Well, so she has
I
like
would take a souvenir.
she has a
Yeah.
cuff. I don't know if she kept it from that shoot or if she like bought one after doing the video.
Because it's important to note, if you haven't seen this video, the gist of it, right? They start with the 50-foot chain.
Yeah.
As the 30 days progress, the chain gets shorter and shorter and shorter, up until the point where on the last day, it's literally a foot long.
Yeah.
And,
And it's like classic MrBeast deals. Sometimes it's like, it can be the same length or it can be shorter,
Right.
but you'll get to, make this amount of money or this money will be taken away or you'll get to go outside or whatever.
And this is like sort of the like MrBeast gambit he does in like everything. Again, I don't have the full context. I just don't think MrBeast was always doing this sort of like, you can betray the person that's relying on you. He loves like a betrayal
Loves it.
mechanic.
Yeah.
He you can tell he always wants that to be chosen
the
because
only
of
way
course
it can
that will be
come.
for the most. Yeah, he loves it's. When people betray each other, he is at his happiest.
He's
He
watching a Harold
loves the
Pinter play
betrayal.
called Betrayal and just going, yeah. I mean, I was too. That's just Daniel
I
Craig.
took
He's got a
Harold
giant
Pinter's
foam finger
betrayal.
that just says betrayal on it.
And he just turns it around to go forward. And it's just, yeah, he really wants people to play things up as much as possible. And he wants them to get through most of the challenge, right? He wants people to be able to get at least halfway through the thing. Because then you don't have a video if someone drops out on day 5.
Yeah, and this, so like this video. So I watched for context, which I'm sure I will also give this context in the Beast Games episode. I watched Beast Games season 2 like a month ago now, before I watched any of these videos, and watching just MrBeast videos historically and watching Beast Games season 1 and 2. I always sort of had this running theory that I feel like Elon Musk has some sort of like sponsorship deal with MrBeast.
It's got
and I
to,
feel like
yeah.
these videos that we watched for the Survive 30 Days Chained with Your Ex, and then specifically one that we'll be talking about in the next episode, part 2.
which is just a big ad for Elon Musk's companies,
it's a
basically.
huge ass ad. I'm like almost certain this is complete speculation, but I am almost sure that MrBeast has some sort of paid sponsorship deal with Elon Musk, especially as we'll get into in a couple of minutes or very soon, that MrBeast, there is no money dirty enough for MrBeast to take.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's also that's how he establishes friendships, right? He views friendships through sponsorship deals. And the way that you get to be friends with the people you admire is to go into sponsorship deals with them, Jeff Probst. So there's like, I think it's really sad because, we covered the very early days of, Jimmy Donald, like way back in the day when he was just giving money to people on the streets, right?
We did a sort of a primer for MrBeast where we talked about
Season
his
0.
earliest videos a couple years ago now.
And that's where he got all of his validation, was that he would give people money and they would love him. And that is, he's made a whole life of that now.
Yeah.
By the way,
and that's sort of, go on.
how did we feel about the Feastables fridge? How did we feel about them
It's got
having to
whole
pretend?
milk, Josh.
They had to pretend the chalky milk was good. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, like these people and the way they have to suck up to him or the way that they choose to. It's very
Like,
it's very captured media. They're
Yeah.
always going to come in and just be like, fucking shit, dude, I'm 25 years old and there's nothing more than I love nothing more that I love than chocolate milk with vitamin D infusions.
Look, okay, in there,
Yay! Just doing the aspartame stare at the camera.
in their defense, when I was in college, there was nothing better than a fucking Lunchable. Oh my fucking god! There was nothing I loved more than walking out of my dorm, going to the campus store, buying like 3 fucking Lunchables and eating Lunchables with the homies. That's what I fucking did in college.
Yeah, and for his Lunchables, the Lunchleys, they do this thing where they make a little heart out of the Lunchly boxes out of boredom, but then they talk about it the way that MrBeast talks about everything. They're like, we made the first ever Lunchly box heart.
That was so
It's
weird.
like, yeah, well, no one would do that normally, so of course it's the first.
That's such a good catch, because that's also sort of like my low-key theory, which I'm sure is like obviously is whenever like he obviously has to like advertise his own products in these videos. He is like off screen with a gun pointed at these people. Like, you have to do my cadence. You have to say 5 billion Lunchleys.
But then
Like,
you
you
also
to
have
do
to
the
remember
MrBeast
he
cadence.
doesn't even have to do that because they also have YouTube channels.
They do.
And so their constant association and reassociation with MrBeast is going to drive more traffic to them. And what is a better arc than the two of them getting together at the very end of the video?
Oh,
I just want to know what it would be like to plow in the MrBeast house, lit only by the soft glow of the MrBeast chocolate milk fridge.
Or honestly, the countdown timer. Like when they get it at the end, then you can know exactly how long you're porking in that.
I don't know if that couple had sex in the MrBeast house in front of God and everybody, but I did come across a YouTube video that is just entitled "I Got Pregnant at Beast Games."
No, dude. Oh, what are you kidding me? Okay, please.
I'm not kidding
We
you.
have
I
to
did
talk
not
about
watch
that.
it.
Send
I'm
it.
gonna
We'll
watch
Talk about it on Sunday, I guess. Fuck me.
Send
we
it
need
to
to
us.
hop on that, steal that idea, and sell it as merch.
I got pregnant at
I got sued by Jimmy Donaldson.
Yeah, I posted it from the Worst of All Possible Worlds Blue Sky account. It's just, I got pregnant at Beast Games and I forgot this shrug emoji. And the description is got pregnant at Beast Games, ellipsis, oops. Watch the full video to see how it happened. Hashtag Beast Games, hashtag MrBeast, hashtag MrBeast. Shorts.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty sure I know how it happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dumbass, I've had internet since I was 9.
Yeah, I know where the things go.
Another point on the food thing. When they brought out that loaf of Feastables banana bread, do you remember that?
With the little like fucking piece of chocolate that
There's just
didn't
a little
even
chunk
melt.
of chocolate in there. They ate like 2 bites. It's so fucking funny. Like they're all like, oh, it's so good. And then there's the cut away from it, and you can see that like it's just the plate is still full of uneaten banana bread.
It's in the trash can. It's on fire in the background. Don't worry. I think what's so fascinating about this one in particular is that if you just added some maybe greenish tint to this and maybe threw a Saw into the room, this is Saw. They're just doing a horror movie. And his whole thing seems to be just taking the horror elements out of horror media. Like, Beast Games is just Squid Games without the murder.
So I actually have a thought about that, AJ, specifically just what it means to build an aesthetic. And one of the things that I'm so interested in about where he is at, and as epitomized in this video, right? Because this is the most watched video of last year. That's why I included it on this playlist, is that this engaged people. His numbers are down, by the way, which is interesting. His subscriber number is up, but his views are down.
Like by 50%, if I remember correctly. I was looking at that. It's like by a wide margin.
It's pretty
Well,
dramatic.
he posted cringe.
That's true.
Yeah, so he loosed subscribers.
Except that he's gaining subscribers. He's just
Mere
losing
subscriber
view.
is loosed upon the world.
Which again, I think the numbers are juiced, and we'll get to this more when we talk about
Oh, yeah.
Beast Games, certainly. But
Yeah, I'm
But
sure
to
if you have that much money and power. Absolutely. Sorry, Josh.
Well, the MrBeast aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Every show, every successful long-running franchise has an aesthetic. I mean, we talked about briefly. We mentioned Survivor, and of course, we're going to be talking more about Survivor when we talk about Beast Games. But so much of what Survivor has, the reason that it's such a successful franchise is on the strength of its aesthetic.
Yeah,
and this is a survival
and
challenge.
a good host.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I think in many ways the host is part of the aesthetic.
Exactly.
I think Jeff Probst, he looks a certain way. You know what I mean?
But
no, I sure do.
the aesthetic doesn't exist. How to put this? The whole point of the aesthetic is to provide a frame for the thing you are watching.
Yeah.
The aesthetic is not the thing. Whereas with MrBeast, the aesthetic very much is the thing. It is, but it's also bizarre because even though it is definitely an identifiable and specific aesthetic, it is not curated intentionally. It just kind of worked out this way because Jimmy has no fucking taste, and it just ended up going down this road. Like the fact
He's a
that
human algorithm. He's just sort of collected all of our cultural detritus and packed it all in.
It averaged it out, right?
Yeah.
And like for a video that survived 30 days, you really don't see that much of the day-to-day at all.
No.
You really, all you see is the guy terrorizing her for the first half of the video, and then them eventually slowly warming up to each other and being like,
then he
I still have
terrorizes her
feelings."
again for
At
the
the end,
last
yeah.
5 or 6
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
But that's like really all they show it like at all. And I think that's sort of like why I don't know. This one this one has sort of the problem that a lot of these like survival ones do, where it sells itself on like an experience of survival, like you're gonna get some like human element to it, like a very like heart to heart situation, and you just like you don't really get that.
The way they talk about the breakup, and we don't get to it, by the way, until 13 days in, do they actually talk about them breaking up. And when they get around to it, she was just like, I was still in love with you when I broke up with you. And I was like, okay, then why did you do it? And then
She's 21.
Yeah, we don't know anything about
like,
them. We
they're
don't get
young.
but we don't get to know anything about them. And there was stuff that they talked about apparently that of course doesn't make it into the video because the video is only a half hour long. And weirdly enough, they also like digitally place a picture of the two of them in the room. It's like not actually there.
Oh.
But you
never thought
see
of
it
that.
on the wall. It's hanging on the wall there, but it's totally just digitally put in.
They like After Effects a photo into the set. That's so weird.
Yeah.
MrBeast editing is just odd, dude.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Because there's so many editors. He must employ, I mean, especially for Beast games. Like, he's like, we have the most footage that anyone's ever shot of anything ever.
Yeah.
And then they have to edit it down into 10 of the worst hours of my life. But in this one, you got to wonder, like, just for the day-to-day stuff, like, I was really shocked with how level and even keeled everything was. They're just constantly screaming in Beast games. And this felt Jimmy at his most sedate and most in the background. Like he really
for
just
the most
felt,
part for these survival challenges, they come in, they do the little like game to make it more intense or whatever, but then they leave them alone for a couple days.
And I think that's why these, for me personally, work a lot more.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Is because I genuinely think MrBeast is like the least charismatic host for these sort of survival game show type things ever, especially epitomized by Beast games. I think it's like he's like at his worst in the Beast games.
He's so insistent on getting in the way of the actual human drama. He's unwilling to let things just play out. He has to come in and comment on it because I think in his own mind, he's the reason people are watching, which is true-ish. But I don't know. Again, I just think about the one that we watched last year where it was that guy who like got super fucking jacked and ended up having a long-standing bromance with his trainer who then ended up dying. And it was like, oh, this is real, honest to goodness human drama, which is what makes it compelling. But Jimmy doesn't seem to understand
butting in and
that.
he keeps narrating and he keeps
It's
going,
like, shut
and
the
then
fuck up.
this is going to be his big triumph. And it's like, he can fucking define that for himself and it'll be more interesting.
Tell Jimmy, don't show.
He loves to tell.
AJ is Jimmy Donaldson's theater teacher. God damn it, Jimmy. Do you want to be a star or not?
Have you ever read the works of Harold Pinter? This one called Betrayal, I think will be right up your alley.
What do you think about all this?
You know, I think that like, how do I say this? Logistically, that video in particular, the one where the trainer died, not being able to make that work, is kind of like what the difference was between Beast Games 1 and 2, where he was like, he doesn't know how to do anything besides the Jimmy Donaldson YouTube, like soy. I don't know, what do you want to call it? You know what I mean?
Soy is a great term for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like he can only do, he's like a one hit guy. You know, that's what he does. I will say I have not finished. I've not finished Beast Games yet, but it's different. And I think I read that he's got a different production crew now.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So like, you know, he probably could have used that crew when the fucking guy died. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's just not equipped for human moments. And you know, that
and
also,
it's what he desires most.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, yeah. And that's just kind of it, is when he's got this, I think, well-earned reputation for being kind of, you know, fake or whatever, you know. But I think a part of that too is it's compounded by the fact that he just cannot edit or cannot show actual human moments because he only knows how to do YouTube slop.
Yeah. We also need to bring up because we talked about the commercial for his regular brand and his food and shit. But we also have to talk about this other ad that he does, which weirdly, when you're watching the video on YouTube, in the middle of this product placement that he does, you get a cutaway ad. So I just watched this like Chipotle commercial, and then it cuts back to Jimmy Donaldson in the video talking about this banking app called Current.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
And so it's an ad with an ad in it. That was very strange. And he has this sign up promotion for this Current banking app where if you sign up using his promotional code, you get $1.
Yeah,
a
$1
single
referral
dollar in
bonus.
there, which is such piss. It is such poo-poo. And he is like, but the way that he says it, he's like, if you sign up for this app, I have this quoted, I will personally deposit $1 to your banking account. So you're he's making it sound like, oh yeah, I've like signed this single dollar bill like our president Donald J. Trump is going to do. And I've handed it to you for you to frame and lick
like
whenever you're feeling down.
First dollar on the wall.
Yeah. It's
exactly.
so weird.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then you just have a free $1 from me, that's what he does for all of his videos.
Personally,
it's
is
always
what the
my
alarm
money.
bells.
It's like with Ben Stein. He wasn't giving that away either. That was all a lie.
What's the exchange rate from USD to Beast Buck, though? We didn't think about that.
No, these are real dollars, Caleb. Real, honest to goodness,
it's
God's
a real
own George
dollar
Washington.
straight from him. Every time someone signs up for that app, he has to like pull $1 out of his pocket and mail it to you.
I do think, especially like he loves to advertise. Obviously, he has all sorts of sponsorship deals.
Just thinking about how the Beast Buck becomes sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
The Beast Buck becomes the new petrodollar.
I would be surprised if that's what he wants.
Iran is going to allow boats through the Strait of
That's what he
Hormuz, but
got.
only
Yeah,
if they are
Beast
trading
World,
in Beast Bucks.
MrBeast is going to become our greatest ambassador to the Iranian people. He's going to bring about the actual peace between our nations. He's going to be Nikolai Carpathia. He's going to be the actual Antichrist and get the world on the Beast Buck. Everyone will use this single currency.
Yeah. On Current.
He will finally unite the Middle East once and for all.
Well, he has so many Middle Eastern fans. You know, it's the center of the world.
It's the center of his entire fan base, if you think about it.
I mean,
imagine Jimmy doing like a red heifer video.
The coming apocalypse will involve trumpets.
I have bred one perfect, spotless red heifer for sacrifice on the hill. First, we must take the rock once again from those Muslims.
One perfect heifer.
I ascended the Mount of Olives with a perfect heifer.
We inspected every hair on this heifer.
We have done everything in accordance with every verse of the book of Numbers. It's the craziest, most biblical thing you've ever seen.
Now, you might think that the number of the beast is 667. And I'm here to tell you that we got top mathematicians around the world to calculate that it is, in fact, 666.
See, this is the thing: is you watch enough MrBeast and you can start to like really tune in and like home in on and master the cadence that he speaks because he's always doing it. He's
the same cadence every time.
This way.
Yeah.
Well, this
every
is
way.
the thing that I think is really exciting is obviously you got MrBeast, you got MrBeast 2, you got Beast Philanthropy, you got Beast Gaming. Nobody is ready for the channel that's about to spin up, which is Beast Eschatology.
premillennial dispensationism? What is it?
I'm so proud of you, AJ.
Thank you.
I'm starting the 7 years of tribulation, and I'm bringing 2 prophets who will speak in all languages and breathe fire. Explosion sound, explosion sound.
Chandler's in the
Carl reaction face, explosion sound.
My stomach hurts.
He has the Ark of the
Stomach, I
Covenant.
need
He just
water.
don't need this anymore. Throws it behind him and explodes. You know, I don't know. I feel like there's a real market for this because most of the people in his videos and who watch them seem to be evangelicals, and I feel like I can spot that now because I've been hanging out with these 2 jabronis for the past 5 years.
Well, and it's because he's in North Carolina, and for all the money that they spend on their contestants and everything, they're not really paying for travel costs, it seems. Like, most of the people, again, because they're also part of his little, like, pen, they're part of these people who do all these other things with him. They're all people who live in North Carolina. Who live in the company town
they
that
just,
he's
like,
slowly
drive-
building.
They drive on down or whatever, and they
I
just
think that's newer. I don't think he was doing that last time we talked. He sort of has a YouTube company.
the
town.
company town has really spun up more over the course of the past year and a half.
And he built the new Beast City there because the original Beast City for Beast Games was in Canada.
It was in Toronto, right?
Right.
Whatever deal that he had for that location, he found a better one and just did it all local, right? Because he's able to exert more control over it.
Yeah. And I think, you know, speaking about like his cadence and like how he speaks, what better way to like juxtapose that than with the third video that we watched, which is a video he made 10 years ago that was like, hi, me in 10 years is what it's called. And it was sort of like, hey, let's see what I might be doing 10 years from now. It's sort of his predictions video, predicting how successful he might or might not be.
This video made me so sad.
Why?
I mean, I think for a lot of reasons, it's really inane in a way that like internet videos kind of used to be, like in a way that like blogs could just like go nowhere. And it's
boring,
also
in parentheses good.
Yeah, and he has that jug of water. It's like Jan Dielman. This is the Jan Dielman, I think, of YouTube.
Did you watch his reaction to the video as well?
I did not. No.
Okay, he uploaded a reaction as well, but yeah, he talks about the jug of water.
What's the story? Does he have sleep apnea? Because if he doesn't, he's a fucking freak.
No, the story behind the jug of water is that he's bad at drinking water.
Well, the jug did appear full, so yeah, I mean, probably.
That reminder jug.
I have to say this though, like I make a show with Josh, and I see him drinking out of very large receptacles all the time. I think Josh has similar things to. I mean, MrBeast also brings up like his Crohn's disease. I don't know exactly how that factored into his
Crohn's?
Back off,
He does.
Crohn's.
He does.
Aw, we're siblings.
Crohn's buds.
I got ulcerative colitis. We're siblings in a way. Yeah,
Cousins.
MrBeast and
Kissing
we're
cousins.
cousins. Yeah.
And he
that
talks
happened
about
in North
like, you
Carolina.
know, there's just more, I don't know specifically about how that relates to water for him, but he talked about how and we talked about this a long time ago on our first episode about MrBeast, how he used to be something of an athlete when he was growing up, and then he got diagnosed with Crohn's, and he like couldn't really do that anymore. But he still
It's hard,
liked, like in his free time, aside from making Minecraft videos, he liked playing baseball and stuff, and just always made sure to drink a gallon of water. So he would make sure that he did it by having a single gallon jug that he got through every single day.
Separate from his blowing jugs, mind you.
He's got a whole band down by the creek.
Excellent hooter. People don't know that about Jimmy Donaldson. His real passion is jug hooting.
But Christopher Walken tried to take his
ties a
haul
string to
away.
his toe, takes a nap by the creek, and wakes up with supper.
I mean, like, the only things he really says is like, I hope that in 10 years I have 1 million subscribers and that I'm married. Those are the two big things
and he keeps
wants.
looping back to the 1 million subscriber thing over and over again, and then he keeps like, what if I'm dead? That would be
What
weird.
if I'm dead?
It would be weird.
So many times.
And this night that he made this video, he made all the other videos that do this. So he did one that was me in 1 year, me in 5 years,
And I think
me
the
in
1
10
in
years.
5 we talked about when we did our MrBeast episode back in the day, right?
And he talks about how he's going to have a history test tomorrow, and he's like, are you going to remember the grade that he got? And because he did one that was like me in 1 year, Jimmy had like commented on it and said, lol, I got a 70 on this. So he does remember because of that reason. But like all that teenage Jimmy Donaldson sees in the world is YouTube. He said he was so obsessed with YouTube in his reaction video that he would just that's all he would talk about to anyone in the halls, to anyone in class. And there was a point when he was in high school where one of the other students was just like, dude, no one fucking cares about YouTube. And so he just like stopped talking at school and just would go home and make his little videos.
It's interesting though, because he was sort of a visionary in that way, where it's like every child now wants to be a YouTuber. Like that is sort of the career goals of most people.
The way that he talks about videos is, again, not in terms of like creative ideas that he wants to carry out. He's done creative things with the channel, but it's always done in service of numbers. It's always just, I'm either going to be dead or I'm going to have 1 million subscribers and possibly be married and maybe have gone to college. But I have 8,700 subscribers right now, and now I have 1 million. And when he's looking back on it 10 years later, he's like, you have to understand, 1 million subscribers back then, that was kind of it. That was like maybe, you know, and he talks about like when I was a kid, I remember when Smosh got 1 million. I remember when PewDiePie got 1 million. And it's like, those were formative memories for him. Yeah, where he remembers where he was.
You guys don't
when
remember
he saw...
where you were sitting when you found out PewDiePie hit 1 million?
not when PewDiePie made his funniest video or something. If you're a fan of his, it was just when he got when that number of subscribers.
I was gonna say I was on a bridge at the time, but you know,
if PewDiePie doesn't get 1 million, I'm fucking jumping, dude.
And then he saw the 1 million. And he took his foot down. That's right. Not today.
His I might be dead. That'd be crazy. That was just like a threat. He was threatening.
Well, I mean, there's a part of it, honestly. There is a part of watching this where I'm like, if he didn't get that 1 million, would he still be here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't think he would be here like in a permanent sense?
No,
like
I mean, he didn't want to be around
here
anymore. But like, I don't know if he would be on YouTube. But
sure.
I don't know. There's something about this video that is so sad to me. I'm watching.
I think, for me, I think the reason for me why it's so sad is I think you guys were all sort of right about how even at this point it was not really about like the creativity necessarily.
Yeah.
It was more about the numbers. But I think the reason why it was kind of sad to me is that like, you know, he was quite young here. I think he was 17 or 18.
Yeah.
It's like the most human I think I've seen him be. It's the most just like honest and just like you can actually see he's just like a dude here. He's not doing a performance necessarily. I think he is like probably still creating his persona, like the MrBeast persona. But this is sort of like probably just how he is in real life. Like, I guess why it's sad is like what he does now compared to this 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, I think roughly is like this is sort of him. And what he does now is not really him. He's like performing. He is not really who he is. And I don't know if he cares. I don't think he really cares or thinks that's like a worrying thing.
No, I mean, there's a lot. We watched a documentary about the opening of Beast Burger in a like mall in New Jersey.
At the American Dream.
At the American Dream. And you see it also in the last video that we watched for this in I Opened a Theme Park. But when he's just hanging out with other people, he just keeps showing them things that he's done. Like, look at this crowd that was following me.
Stats
look how big
on his
they
phone,
are. Look at
photos
these stats.
of
Look at
things.
these things.
Yeah.
To a point where it's like weird. If you're that big and that famous, at some point that stops being interesting to most people.
Not to him though. Not to him. And you know, June, to your point, like because he doesn't have the cadence yet. In that
he's
video,
just talking normal.
He's just in High and Me in 10 Years. He's just talking normally. When you see him behind the scenes in I Opened a Theme Park, when he's just talking to people, he's still doing the cadence. Like it's just who he is now. That Jimmy in that video is gone. Yeah. And I don't think he's ever coming back.
Yeah, I mean, even his dates, right? Like he does the whole like I went on dates ranging from $1 to $1 million to renting out Disneyland to going to an island, and it's like that's with the woman that he's marrying. That's just how he does his private life now. Is that it is his public life? It's sort of like, I don't know, Citizen Kane if it was even shallower. Yeah, like you watch every aspect of his being, and it all really is just the YouTube channel at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's interesting, especially because, like, you know, I don't think any of us are even a fraction of as known as MrBeast.
No,
but there is an aspect
but
of
you've
being
got a
perceived.
Pretty significant public profile, June. Like,
and I do.
Yeah,
but
Wikipedia page.
Yeah, people know me. But like, and I think I guess what I'm saying is he doesn't really care about having sort of like a private and a public.
Right.
It's just sort of his life is the content. His life is like he I think he said, I forget where it was, I think it was a podcast interview he did, where he was like he was talking about how when he is on a date with his now I think wife or soon to be wife, he's like he doesn't want to just go on a date and just have a date. He is looking around at the restaurant thinking about what he could do for future content or turn into content. And it's like, I feel like if I were to do that just like with a homie, like if I was like going to go hang out with a homie and I was just like, we were like playing pool and I was like, you know what would be great there's a time and a place for something like that, especially if like a friend might be sort of more intertwined with that part of your life. But like I feel like he doesn't really keep things, he is, all of this to say, MrBeast. He's not Jimmy Donaldson.
It's like Dick Whitman becoming Don Draper. When does Jimmy become MrBeast?
Well, and he talks about, again, in his reaction to this video of himself in high school, he talks about how he would spend his time, or I might be mixing this up with another thing that I watched, but he was talking, I am. Sorry, so let me say this. But he talked about the video that he did where he counted to 100,000, right? One of the first things that really got attention where he just did it, and it was like, it's, 20 some hours straight. And he talked about how it was because he was sitting around watching Game of Thrones and Naruto, and he thought, I'm not making any money right now. How could I do this while making money? So the whole time he's counting, he is watching Game of Thrones and Naruto with the sound off and the subtitles on. Because then he's like, this is how I can monetize even my downtime. I can watch these shows and sit there and count.
It's so sad. And it's sort of like, I feel like the through line of a lot of, Caleb, what you and I will talk about sometimes is like how everything is like becoming like content and like, everything is like being intermixed with like having to like turn our experiences into like consumption. And you can see
MrBeast and you can be like, well, he did it, so I can do it too. You're watching all of his videos just like he watched PewDiePie. You can say, well, this could be me. I could turn all of my life into content as well.
Like you can't just sit down and enjoy a good television show. You have to be on the grind also. And that's it worries me that like most of his audience is like quite young, this sort of like top down, like you have to always be grinding, like you have to worry about the bag, you have to do this, like saying that to like younger people is like, I think that's a bad influence. I don't think people in like the most well-known positions should be being like, we need to have you love capitalism always. You have to be thinking about how you can make money and not about like living life and like making worthwhile connections.
He sells these toys that are like MrBeast Labs, and it's like every toy is a secret. It's a surprise. There are ones that are rarer than others. We had stuff like this when we were kids too, Pokemon cards and shit like that. But like,
of course,
that's everything that he does is like a gamble, and it's also designed for you to film it. It's designed for you to like, you mix in the thing and you swirl it, and then you see the toy that's going to come out of it. And then you can make a soy face and react to it and show your friends, and then you can all make the soy face together and then put it online and hopefully become famous by sucking up to PewDiePie enough.
But the difference,
Josh is soy facing right now.
I think the difference is that a lot of this impulse that he has, right, is mostly seen in like the business world, right? We're talking like I'm thinking like 80s Wall Streeters with doing like rails of coke, and it's all about, all hail the mighty dollar or whatever, right?
And he's a huge gambler. Like that's one of his main things for entertainment is that he goes to literally goes to the casino and gambles huge amounts of money.
But what's crazy? Yes, absolutely. And what's crazy about this in particular is that this impulse, right? We've seen in the artistic world forever, right? It's turn your trauma into art, right? Yeah. Turn your life into art, right? It's just that it's always sort of been in service of a thing that is worthwhile to humanity in a way that dedicating yourself to content means nothing. It means at the end of your life, you've built a pyramid for yourself out of fucking sand, right? The only difference
in fairness, the Great Pyramids of Giza are built out of sand.
And limestone, Josh! And many other things!
A lot of complex construction went into those bricks.
I'm really glad we finally got to meet, because you just articulated like why I threw my temper tantrum when June and I were talking about planning. It's because I've never been able to understand what it is about him, but that's it. That's what I hate about him. It's just like, everything is just completely and totally fucking empty. It doesn't, like, dedicating your life to, like you said, to art or something. There's some intrinsic meaning to it. There's something. I just can't, like, I literally drive myself crazy, like looking at forbidden texts, trying to understand this. And there is nothing. There's no way to understand it except for that. It is just complete. It's shunyata. It's nothing. There's nothing to it.
Yeah. And I think it's like so reinforced by the way he emphasizes certain words so consistently throughout everything he does.
Unique
and it's always
is a word he uses all the time. Whereas like, this is the most unique thing that has ever happened.
Well, most.
And it's
too,
like,
yeah.
and like the more money he talks about, the more it like flashes on screen. It's like $10 million. It's like, that is like the emphasis. That is sort of the through line most important thing, is like the amount of the thing, or like a reward for going through his like torture devices.
Also, like, I think he absolutely clearly has a killer instinct for like what will generate attention, and attention is the thing in the economy.
And we've been talking a while about him,
yeah. But being able to make money in and of itself is not a unique characteristic, to use a word that MrBeast loves to use so often.
You spent a lot of money focus grouping that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he really wanted to worry about like making money, he could just go work on Wall Street. I don't know. It is so frustrating to stake so much on building nothing. You are building nothing of meaning. You are building this vacuous temple to capitalism, to yourself.
Yeah.
And you leave so little behind when all is said and done.
Those crypto fat
like
stacks he's got, all that crypto.
Oh, that's the other thing. Team Water accepts donations in crypto. And it turns out that of the $40 million that hashtag Team Water raised, 10 million of it was in crypto. I just wanted to point that out.
They cashed that in before, we started bombing Iran.
Before Rug pulls the water charity.
I've made Watercoin. It's the first ever cryptocurrency on the blockchain that can be exchanged for real water.
I would even argue that the temple he's building is not even a temple to himself, but a temple to itself. It's like a temple to the purpose of having a temple that he's a part of, and he uses his face for, and he lives in it, but he's always just using the temple to make more temple out of the temple. Like there's you go inside, there's no stained glass, there's no altar, there's no sacred relics. It's just the temple itself getting larger and larger and larger.
It's like when
to
I
house
build
nothing.
a giant base in Minecraft that looks awesome, and then you go inside and there's nothing in it.
Subscribe to Beast Gaming.
Yeah, it's it is all I don't know. It's all I don't want to say a farce, but it feels like, especially because the way that his most popular video is just the Squid Games, but not.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, he doesn't, like, I guess the Beast Games is maybe his attempt to just like not just copy something else that like is explicitly like some sort of other media property.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know. I think the thing that bothers me is that it is just always sort of like I'm losing my.
Well,
train
what
of
if I
thought on
told
this.
you? What if I told you, June?
Yeah.
That
Tell me
this
about it.
video, Hi Me in 10 Years, made me believe in myself so much that I became certain I could do anything I wanted. All my fears about achieving my goals vanished because I came to believe that with willpower, determination, and never giving up, you can achieve anything you want or even more, just like the great MrBeast did. That is a YouTube comment verbatim.
This is a great point, Josh. And what I would add on top of that, Josh, is this character evolution is amazing. From a regular YouTuber to the best YouTuber, game show organizer, philanthropist, theme park manager. He didn't manage that theme park. Anyway, having chocolate, burgers, Lunchables, toys for sale, not to mention other sources of income, probably Bitcoin and other investments. This is definitely a case study for future generations.
We got to see a man become Krusty the Clown over 10 years.
And officially didn't come from a rich background. Everything's self-made.
And also, let's all keep this in mind. Ubi Rirukia Adibujus Australia na Priviziek. That's the Russian comment that's down there with the 10,000 other comments in Russian.
Look, here's the thing. Man went from MrBeast Burger nearly 5 years ago to now opening up his own theme park. What a legend. Crying emoji. Prayers emoji.
I think that's a perfect segue into the fourth video that we watched for this, which is I opened a theme park, which I don't know if you guys remember. MrBeast remembers where he was when PewDiePie got 1 million subscribers. But do you remember the day where you found out MrBeast was opening a theme park and that it was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia?
I can't wait for Iran to fucking strike Beast World, dude.
Beast Games.
Is it a valid military target or not?
Here's the thing, too. Non-zero chance. Yeah. I do remember where I was when I found that out. Because I read your post about it, June. I'm pretty sure that's how I found out.
I think you were probably the first person to post about it on Blue Sky because it was kind of popping off on Twitter. And, Blue Sky is just a little bit more cloistered from these sorts of things. Mm-hmm. And immediately when I saw that post, I was like, this isn't real, is it? And I
thought it was fake, too, at first. I thought it was fake, too.
It was fake. It was only a 45-day installation.
That's true.
It's not a park that you can go. It's done. It was part of like this festival.
Really? I didn't know that.
This
was
is just
real.
This is one of those things that the Saudis just spend a shit ton of money on as part of this partnership.
It's called Riyadh Season.
Yeah,
and it is it's kind of like a World's Fair type thing.
Yeah,
where
it's annual.
It's annual, and you get people to come into Riyadh mostly for sporting events. But basically, the Crown Prince just lays out a fuckload of money, and it's like, who wants it?
And so I think
that makes sense because didn't he say he and his boys were going to be there every day? That makes a lot more sense.
He said that at least one
He's
person
not enslaving his friends.
But I mean, indentured
servitude,
Beast,
I think.
Not the Crown
Prince
passports, and they have to live in Beast World.
Yeah, either Beast or Carl or the other ones. Those are the only names I know from that group. Someone was always going to be there every single day for the 45 days that it was running.
Horrible.
Also, in this video, they established that they hit capacity on opening day, and the capacity is 10,000 people. And I was looking up, I was trying to find capacity for like comparable parks.
Yeah, what's capacity at Cedar Point?
Cedar Point is the exact one that I looked up first, Josh. I love this. It's 60,000.
Oh, okay.
And Cedar Point is not like
it's not
the
huge.
Biggest park in the world.
It's on a peninsula, yeah.
And just looking at the number of attractions that this park has, it's probably equivalent to the capacity of Cliffs amusement park. Do you know what Cliffs is? Of course you don't. It's in Albuquerque.
Well, it's like a county fair. That's the vibe I get from this, is that it's just a county fair with Beast's face slapped on it.
Because it's in Riyadh, it has to be open only at night. So they're there in the middle of the night, and then like when the sun is coming up, it closes.
So that's why every photo is just like very dark.
Yeah,
because it's only in operation at night.
At first, I thought it was one of the indoor parks because the Gulf states have a lot of those, but no, it's just you go there all night long, I suppose.
So this is I think, Caleb, when we did that episode about Saudi Arabia taking over gaming and just sort of like different industries in particular, when they struck that deal with the PIF, the Public Investment Fund, and like Jared Kushner and stuff when they did the takeover of EA Games. I think I can't remember if I half mentioned that MrBeast about a year ago struck some sort of deal with Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince, and in particular the head of the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. The interesting thing about the Saudi Arabia like leadership generally is that they're very young and very online. They love streaming, they love video games, they love gaming culture. So they have like a really intense public relationship with MrBeast. And Caleb, you didn't finish Beast Game Season 2. I am not going to share my thoughts about Saudi Arabia and Beast Game Seasons 2 quite yet.
Spoilers. Because I haven't gotten there yet. I'm excited now.
Okay, no spoilers.
No.
We've got to go to their podcast for that. We've got to go to the Worst of All Possibilities to hear it.
I'm going to be
Right,
screaming
crossing
about
motion, baby.
That's
Yeah.
right. We're doing it, baby. Listen to the worst of all possible worlds on Wednesday. Let's go.
I mean, we're doing the same thing as MrBeast, but we're not giving anybody any water.
Yeah.
no, just
Hey, we're
podcasts.
denying it, actually.
Again, there are these very telling things because this is all done with like Vision 2030, which is Saudi Arabia's whole thing of like, we need to fucking divest from oil. Now they're feeling that even more than ever.
Don't look at our like slave labor
Yeah.
class, the ones that we disrespect all the time, steal their like passports. Like it's a caste system, hierarchy class system in
Yep.
this society. Don't look at that. Look at our cool
at this
cultural
shit.
output.
Yeah,
that
don't
we
you guys
can,
want to watch a soccer game? Who wants to watch a
yeah.
soccer game, huh?
Yeah, what
So-
about wrestling?
So Mr.
Bill
Beast
Burr
was like
told me it was
asked-
fine.
yeah, the comedy festival. All of my favorite comedians
Louis
went
CK
to Saudi
was
Arabia.
there.
Did you watch the
because they
video clips
really
of that?
like Saudi Arabia.
That was so funny. You see these clips of these guys doing the comedy festival, and the crowd is like maybe a couple hundred people. And they're all in
Yes.
these gigantic like lounge chairs, each one with its own table to kind
Oh,
of
that's
fill the
awesome.
space, and no one's laughing. They're all
It's
they're
like the
all
worst
dead
sets of all time.
quiet. And
But like
it-
ultimately, like the relationship Mr. Beast has with the Gulf states, which are of course, I think, the United States, Israel, really fucking evil. I think
Yeah.
the United States and Israel undisputedly like some of the most like evil in the world
USA,
right now.
number one goated evil country.
Yeah,
Greatest
but,
to ever do it.
Other putting those aside, like the Gulf states with Saudi Arabia, with the UAE in particular,
Yeah.
Dubai, those
Qatar.
are sort of vassals, sort of
Yeah.
extensions of the U.S.-Israel empire. And I think it's so telling that Mr. Beast
They were
and
touching
why,
the orb with Trump.
Yeah.
yeah,
the orb.
yeah. The orb.
I mean, like,
Mr. Beast. I want a Mr. Beast orb photo.
Yeah.
But I think to just finish my thought, Caleb, really quick, is that like even though Mr. Beast does this, like he creates these like the Team Water thing, it like is almost sort of like the goodwill with that is almost immediately undone when he is
Yeah.
unquestioning willing to just accept and strike deals with the PIF, Saudi Arabia, these like really awful states that are like humans' rights, like some of the worst human rights offenders in the world. And it's like he is. It's either I don't even know if he understands what he's doing. I think
Yeah.
he just genuinely might be so stupid because there's no money dirty enough for him. There just really isn't.
Well, they're offering him friendship, right? Because money equals friendship.
access,
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. and-
Caleb, what were you gonna say? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
No,
My third joke that I was gonna have to
Oh.
cut. Doesn't matter.
Well, and it's like the same thing with the comedy festival and everything. It's right. It's not like this is not with a private concern that just happens to be a company that operates in Saudi Arabia. This is
worse.
Saudi Arabia itself. This
It's
is
the state.
This is the country, the kingdom, the royal family, the House of Saud itself, and there's no getting around that. And he knows that that is a hot subject because when someone asked him, why are you doing it there? He makes a comment on Twitter that's like, well, it's basically the middle of the world. Most of my fans are global. I have a ton of Arab fans, which I'm sure is very true.
Saudi Arabia would really like a lot of people to
Yeah.
think Saudi Arabia is the center of
Yeah.
the world
Yeah.
culturally. They really do want you to think
And
that. And
meanwhile-
Mr. Beast is really willing to make a lot of people
I mean,
think that.
in fairness, Mecca is there. Like,
It
in
is.
many
It is a
regards,
cultural-
it is the center of the universe.
It is,
But
absolutely. In a
Mr.
lot-
Beast
yeah.
is going to visit the Kaaba. But like,
He was there.
but
I do love the idea that he just loves all Abrahamic religions.
they're all people of the book to me. This idea that he,
I made a wild pilgrimage.
because what he says at the very beginning of the video is like, well, all of you have said that you want to do your own Mr. Beast challenges, so I'm bringing this to you.
right.
In Riyadh.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait for everyone in Alabama to get
Yeah.
their passports ready to
I
go
wanted
to
to-
Saudi Arabia.
I wanted to pull back to a point that you made, AJ, that I think is a good one, which is I do think for him it is fundamentally about, oh, these guys are my friends, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even fucking know if he knows who Jamal Khashoggi was, right? And if he did, it was probably in the context of Mohammed bin Salman being like, don't worry about it. Like, he was kind of a problematic guy. It's
Yeah,
not
he
a
was
big
like-
deal that he's not around anymore.
He was like 17 when Khashoggi was killed, so
Right.
like, he probably
that
has
that
no
was
clue
in the
whatsoever.
High Me in 10 Years video, actually.
Yeah.
But like, in like 7 years, if Jamal Khashoggi isn't around anymore, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
But like this is a man who is primed for the Saudi style
Yeah.
form of influence peddling because they will give you all of the money and they will be so nice to you. They will
Yeah.
be so fucking nice to
And
you.
they'll show you all their ideas, all the things that they're gonna do, all the cool like futuristic cities that they're gonna build,
Yeah.
and how they're making
The
all
line.
this social
Yeah, they're gonna
progress.
build a city that looks like a line.
It's a whole. It's a fucking line.
anymore.
People are gonna live there. Instead of buses, they're just gonna ride a lazy river.
And that water in that lazy river, it's gonna be clean.
It's
Because
gonna be so clean.
It will be team water.
Hashtag team water.
Yeah, it's just whenever, especially because it's like back in the day when you used to critique MrBeast, a lot of people were like, he does a lot of good, and it's like, sure, maybe he does. He has given water. It is undeniable. He has given a lot of water
Yeah.
to a lot of people. He's done other things that are objective good, but it is just so hard to be like, all right, but this dude, like, he is quite literally working with some of the worst heads of states of countries out
Yeah.
there, and I just will never be able to get past that. It's like, imagine if like Donald Trump right now at his most unpopular, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring Donald Trump on the show, and I'm not gonna we're not gonna talk about politics. He's just gonna eat my chocolate, and he's a cool guy. He's my friend.
That already happened, and that was Jimmy Fallon, in fairness.
It was. That's a different era. The same
there
thing.
was a brief.
But
I'm sorry.
oh, no, you go ahead, AJ.
No, there was. This is a tangent, so please feel free to cut this. But there was a point where, like, Trump, it really looked like he was going to lose in 2024, and he
Yeah,
just
right
started
after the debate.
Yeah, he just
and then
started
they,
going
and then
on
they took Biden
podcasts.
out.
Yeah.
They railroaded Biden, and then he
right,
was gonna
exactly,
win.
exactly. But
Yeah.
Trump just started going on podcasts, and he
Yes.
seemed like
Yes.
Yeah.
Going
so
on, like,
chilled
Aiden
out,
Ross,
and it seemed
Theo
like
Vaughn.
it genuinely
Theo Vaughn.
felt like he was like, that's the happiest I've ever seen that man. Was
Yeah.
just sitting in front of a mic, just getting to talk, and people like telling him, "Yeah, man, you're great." And so I think Trump would actually go on a MrBeast thing. I think he would be invited. But
I
don't know.
think for sure, and I think this is like to a broader point of a lot of heads of governments these days in like the internet era, especially the United States,
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, a lot of these places is they're politicians. They want to be sort of political leaders.
Yeah.
But the thing that they want more than anything is they want the power, but they also want to be influencers. The way
Yes.
that like they wield their public online personas and social media presences is like they just sort of want to be influencers.
They want to be
I mean,
loved.
to bring back a familiar name. I don't know if you guys know this. I recently learned this, 36 hours ago. Theo Vaughn is descended from like Polish aristocracy. Did you know that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
His like, isn't his real name not actually Theo Vaughn?
It's Theodore Kapitani von Kurnatowski
No
III.
fucking way.
that's pretty cool.
dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's always like come from money, which is different from like Mr.
But he
Beast.
just comes up with this persona where he talks like a
Yeah.
fucking jamboree bear and puts a backwards hat on, and
Yeah.
he's relatable all
and
of a
Christopher
sudden.
like, well,
Walken
people
tries to
will think-
steal his house. That is the plot of the Country Bears
Oh,
movie.
thank you, AJ. Thank you, AJ.
Theo Vaughn is in that.
Yes, Haley
He
Joel
is
Osment is the
now.
voice of the bear, but he's the one in the suit.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a lot smaller than I realized.
I wanted also just to talk about this park for a second because it
Yeah,
looks like
please.
absolute fucking
Yeah.
shit.
So Susie and Josh actually went there. The ex-boyfriend
That's
and
right.
girlfriend. They do a
Chain
video
and
where
tow.
they go to Mr. Beast Park. And
of course they did.
with Mr. Beast, you're seeing pretty much the curated, perfect version of the park, which still looks like dog shit and only can get 10,000 people in.
Yeah.
When they're walking around and you just see how desolate and empty the whole thing is, and it just looks like you're walking from like concert stage to concert stage that have these stupid ass little games. Mr. Beast is so proud of the fact that he's like, these are all real things, including a whole zip line. I'm like, I could just go 1 mile out of the smallest town in Colorado and find a fucking zip line, James.
Or get on a
It's
dating
so-
show. I'm just there
so
for the
great.
zip
Like
line.
this park only exists again as part of him building a relationship with the Saudi government and to make a park that influencers will pay money to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I would love to include this. There's a LinkedIn post. I've only ever found it on LinkedIn.
Ooh.
From somebody from Singapore. Forgive me, I will probably pronounce this person's name wrong. It's Yusuf Batawala. He posts about the day. It might even be him in this photo. No, I don't think it is. But he posted a photo of MrBeast with the PIF funder, like the guy in Saudi Arabia. His hand is on MrBeast's shoulder. There's papers being signed in this photo talking about how, it is explicitly, Josh, what you were saying. It is explicitly like about the deal. It is about the brand. It is about expanding the MrBeast like property. Yeah.
Well, and in a way, I mean, whether you're talking about like a shitty ass theme park with terrible games or we're building a pump in fucking Malawi, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, one of these does more objective good in the world.
Mhm.
But I would argue that for MrBeast, these are two different versions of the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I just, the way that he talks about it, I think that he thinks that his parks are a net good for the world. His
Well,
parks,
that's
plural,
philanthropy.
which
Yeah.
don't exist yet, but they might.
He
Because at the end
brings
of this
a good-
video,
he
you've got
brings a
him being
good
on the
thing
phone,
to
being like,
people.
"Could I open one of these in the United States?"
Yeah.
Who do you think he's talking to?
No
I've
one.
been thinking about
No
that
one.
all
It's
day.
fake.
You think that's fake?
Yeah, he's just saying words to get
That's so-
people hyped at the end of the video.
So
But
sad.
he sees all of this as charity. He sees like what he's doing is bringing smiles to the world, to the children of the world. And it's because, and we go back to the me in 10 years thing, it's because you support him. It's because he's just a little boy with a dream and he's only gotten where he is because
He's a
you
smile merchant
contribute
and
to
you hate
so
him. How
much.
dare you?
Yeah.
And that's why when you look at these videos and you read the comments where people are like, Jimmy has done so much in 5 years. He was doing burgers and now he's running theme parks. What's next for him? Because they're like, if I, like some 12-year-old kid in middle school, like if I just believe in Jimmy, if I keep watching his videos and buying his feastables and giving him all of my good spirit and all of my goodwill, he will continue to bring smiles to people in the form of wells in Malawi and Saudi Arabian theme parks.
Yeah. If you really think about it, you know, he's a man of the old book of all Abrahamic religions.
Yeah.
Maybe he is the new prophet. Maybe he is the upcoming prophet
Saint
of
Jimmy.
the world.
New
Yeah.
Prophet just dropped. My
Yeah.
contention is, and I was sort of thinking this before, but now I really think it, especially based on the most recent output and where things seem to be heading. I think he's the new Walt Disney.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, he is sort of. I totally agree.
Not
He sort of-
artistically, obviously. Walt
Yeah.
had a
Yeah,
very
again.
distinct artistic
He isn't-
aesthetic, but
he isn't making YouTube videos. He's creating an empire.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think is
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
how he is positioning all of this.
Do you want to know
create
how
art,
mu-
you have to believe in things, and even though some of the things that Walt Disney believed weren't great,
Yeah.
he did believe in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know how much it costs to go to, or how much it did cost to go to Beastland? Beast World,
$20
whatever?
bucks maybe.
Please tell me.
$7 for general admission. That is with no rides or games included.
You
So
just
that's
have to
just
be
that's
there.
the walking around ticket.
It's a la carte pricing.
Yes, there's also a $25 deal for you can do all the challenges. It does not state exactly what that is. And
Various
ride
feats of strength.
and ride 3 rides. And then
See,
if
I'm
you
not-
pay $66, which is the Beast Mode Plus tier, you get
Oh.
all rides. But I think all challenges are somewhat limited, and there's this point thing that is tracked by an app, and I think that a lot of the games you play, you pay money for in addition. There's even a midway. They don't really show that in here, but there's just like a classic carnival midway of like spray water bottles at a clown face and
Oh,
shit like
classic.
that.
Get those kids
And-
into gambling.
Exactly. Get kids into gambling, get them to pay their money because they're supporting all the smiles around the world. But there are also big prizes to win, headphones and PSPs or whatever the children are into these days. And no, I thought that was funny.
Okay. I like PSPs. I like PSPs. I think more people should be into PSPs these days. Frankly, it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It was unfairly marginalized. Not many people.
You
that
play a
thing.
game at Beastland. You can get Ballistic X versus Sever on UMD. Like that's a fucking deal right there.
God.
See, I didn't think it was funny. I think you were just right.
That's the other thing. I was like, there were PSPs in that video, right?
It also tracks your points so that at the end of the day, the person, or the end of the night, the end of the person, the end of the person, the person with the most
Mr. Beast
points
theme park
gets like 7,000 Riyal, and then at the end of the whole thing, the person who has gotten the most points over the course of the 45 days gets 1 million.
Oh, wow.
So it's another classic MrBeast
MrBeast
gimmick.
and his millions. Yeah. I loved, by the way, that there was a video where MrBeast was like, in that video, there's a moment where he's like standing on a platform telling everybody about it, and he keeps referring to the currency of Saudi Arabia as the Riyadh.
Riyadh, yes.
Yes, he does. I didn't even catch that.
Which it is.
I didn't even catch that.
Not. It's the Riyal, but I loved that it was, you'll win 1 million Riyadh.
He's just reinforcing the name in your head. You know, that's just marketing.
That's
and
right.
while he's in the crowd too, someone is like saying hi to him by showing him on their phone the video of him from 10 years ago.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Or the other guy.
I think that came out around when the Beast city was this Beast park was created.
Yeah, or the guy who asked him for money.
The guy asked him for $10,000 and Jimmy's like, next time.
Can I make a strained Majora's Mask analogy?
Sure.
Yes, please.
I think that Jimmy is a smiles merchant in the same way that the Happy Mask salesman is a mask merchant. In that, yes, it is true. He does sell smiles as the Happy Mask salesman sells masks.
Of course, yes.
But they are both bringing about the apocalypse, and I don't know if the masks or the smiles are worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jimmy's face on the moon cratering down.
I destroyed Termina in 3 days.
24 hours remaining.
So this Beast game.
Holy shit! It's a metaphor for his own grief. We finally solved the fucking riddle.
Oh my god! It was always Majora's Mask.
Also, one last stray thought I had, because I think this is the last video where there was like a crowd aspect to it at all. That we're going to be talking about at least. Did you guys notice that in like all of these videos, specifically the 2 million water one, and they opened a theme park, he adds like crowd cheering whenever he shows a crowd of people behind him. There's like a
the generic crowd cheer sound,
like always happening behind him, and you look at the crowd behind him, and they're just sort of like milling around,
standing there.
Yeah, it's like 15 African children. Yeah, it's like where's the sound coming from?
Yeah, I just had to mention that because I thought it was so like odd. I think it's like it's just so odd to like do that when like no one is cheering.
And so like most of this park was like reused, you know, very dusty. Well, especially dusty because it's Saudi Arabia, but fucking carnival rides. It's just like stuff that spins around, the big slingshot that he rides with a giant bag of money that doesn't get explained in the video. And then like they have these like challenges. They have challenges, experiences, family games, and Beast Arena games. These are the things that generate points. Again, you could watch the video of the ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend playing these games and then getting
I can't wait.
yelled at staff who are like, "You were cheating. You have to do it again." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Like it just the whole thing seems so unpleasant, and it mostly exists like as a place to take selfies and videos of yourself, as opposed to a place that you're actually supposed to enjoy going to.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I think we've been going for a minute. So if you really enjoyed this first episode of Beast Week from us, if you want to continue listening, we're going to, just like last year, we're doing a whole week of celebrating MrBeast. So you can continue to listen to us scream about and talk about MrBeast. We're going to be talking about Beast Games Season 2 on Josh Bryan and AJ's show, The Worst of All Possible Worlds. That'll be coming out in a few days from today.
Strong smart.
We'll definitely post about it on socials. We'll link through to it on probably the part 2 of this episode, just for those who might have missed it.
Yeah, that episode is going to be going up on Wednesday on our Patreon, patreon.com/worstofall. We're going to be putting the first half of that episode up on the Kill the Computer feed as well, so that you can have a listen and see if it strikes your fancy before you commit.
And if we can edit this, was this also going to go on your feed? Was this
This
first
episode is going to be going up on our feed in its entirety on Monday.
Okay, perfect. Gotcha. Okay, cut that also, Caleb. Thank you. So sorry. What I'll say then is, then after we talk about Beast Game Season 2, we're going to just
more stuff than I thought I was going to have to. What's going on here, guys? Sorry.
No, it's fine. Throw in the death threats. Put in only on their feed the medic one.
You guys get the various death threats, and then I will not censor any of the things that I said at the beginning.
The unrated edition.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll say, and then after we talk about Beast Games Season 2, we'll be wrapping up Beast Week back here for part 2, talking more about MrBeast videos.
And that's going to be a Kill the Computer Patreon exclusive.
Right, yeah, that'll be a part 2. So do you guys...
You're staring down the barrel of at least 5 more hours of Beast content, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot of MrBeast.
Again, that was the center point of why I had that temper tantrum with June.
Caleb, I've seen you very mad about things, but when we were talking we're going to talk a lot about MrBeast, I don't know if I've seen you that was unbridled rage for a second. You were like, I can't believe we're gonna have to fucking talk about Mr.
You want to know why?
Beast.
Aside from the I guess the existential part that I the AJ solved for me. Thank you, by the way. It's I just know there's a certain subsection of the audience that loves to torment me with forbidden knowledge. You know what I mean? They love it when I fucking squirm and I dangle on the line like a goddamn fish. You know what I mean? I just feel like I'm in a goddamn Rube aquarium and they're tapping the glass. Make them watch MrBeast. Make them do it. You know what I mean? It's awful. That's why I gotta eat the goddamn Feastival. Although I did that to myself, frankly.
Yeah. No, I think that I love a good put Caleb in the cube, the torture cube situation.
Yeah. Why don't we just do another fucking gooning episode after this one? Why not? A 4th gooning episode, sure.
Is that part of Beast Week?
Oh yeah, that's the secret. We're going to goon for 10,000 hours. All right. I think that about does it. Does anyone have anything to plug before we get out of here? On top of everything that I've outlined for us.
Listen to The Worst of All Possible Worlds, please. Listen to Ill Conceived with me and June.
Josh and I do that show.
That's really about it.
Yeah, I owe you, by the way, Josh, I was looking through our conversation. I owe you a full-length song. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I did the theme song for that, and we talked about finishing that and doing a thing. But
that's so cool.
I'm sorry, buddy. I just in one ear, out the other. I started it, and then it just stuff came up. So
it's a great theme song. It
really is.
I mean, it rules so hard, Caleb. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
Everyone always has kind words for Caleb's music. I think I've said this before on the show, where I will listen to when Caleb gets up a new episode on the feed, I will always go to the end of the episode and just be like, what song did Caleb upload?
I haven't done since. It's very funny. One of the things I was most looking forward to when I got settled into my new house was setting up my studio. It's done, and I still I just started making new songs and stuff. So I apologize, guys. I know people always ask where we can get a feed or when new stuff is coming. I haven't done any of it in a couple months. I recognize that. I actually am working on some new stuff, and I'm actually working on a full-length thing. I think I mentioned that in the mailbag episode. So there's actually, I guess I could plug that. That's coming, but I don't want to talk about it too much until I know that it's going to actually get finished. So
it is not forgotten. It is on the way.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Yay. Bye.
Just like heaven You're just